Hello, family. Welcome to Ahriana Makes It. My last video, I have no idea who supported me, but I thank you. In 5 days, my video has gotten over 800 views, and I am so honored, and I am so grateful for all of you who are watching. Today, I have another project, though. So, story here. I have 3 aunts who share the same birthday, April 24th. Out of those 3 aunts, all of them have grandchildren that were born. Their first grandchild, mind you, was also born on the 24th. Okay? My mom is born on the 24th of April. And my son was due on April 24th. He said, no way, I'm not sharing my birthday. I'm getting my own day. So he came on the 25th. And I have to bake a 6-layer rainbow cake today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to take you along that journey, because who doesn't like a rainbow cake? And I don't have the money to go out there and spend $60 damn minimum on a rainbow cake when I can make it myself. So we are going to take that journey, okay? Me, as you see, I've got my hair covered up because I don't want anything going into this cake that is not supposed to be in there, okay? So let's get started, shall we? All right. In this bowl, I have 600 grams or 6 cups of cake flour. If you do not have cake flour, don't worry about it. You can use all-purpose flour. 6 cups. To that, I am going to add 1 tablespoon of baking powder and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Let's put that away. I am going to add, what is this? 1 teaspoon of salt. Now, I just happen to be using sea salt. That's what I have on hand at the moment. You can use whatever you like. To that, I'm going to add 6 cups or 600 grams of white sugar. Did I say that this is a 6-layer cake? Yeah, it is a 6-layer cake. I'm going to mix that up. This is just our dry ingredient. And then we're going to, work on our wets. 1/2 cups of oil, and 1.5 cups of room temperature milk. To that, let me get my bowl out. To this, we're going to add 6 room temperature eggs. Now, like I said, but to be room temperature, put them in a, fill your sink with, or a bowl with hot water from the tap. And, just let them sit there for a couple minutes. It won't cook the egg, but it will bring them to temp. So like I said, crack them. Crack 1, put it in your wet. Crack another, put it in your wet. 6 eggs are going to go into our wet batter. For that, I actually like this brand, Rodell. So we're going to get 1 tablespoon. Okay. Mix. This cake is all about organizing. You have to have everything in its place, basically. So before I even start mixing my wet and my dries, I'm going to set up my parchment paper for my pans. Let me see if I just want to show you something. I put parchment paper in my baking pan. I sprayed it with nonstick spray, and then I put parchment paper in it. That way my cake can release. Because if you do not, you'll end up with something like this, and then you'll have to fix it so that it looks pretty. Okay, so either use your shortening with the flour, old school ways, non-stick spray, but put it a parchment paper because you want to avoid something like this from happening. So that is actually going to be the bottom of the cake for my mother. It's already been lined. I'm only going to get yourself, you're going to get yourself a bigger bowl. That was hot. That was sitting in front of the vent. All right, now you're going to, first thing, tear this bowl. Okay, so my bowl is 1,523 grams. We don't want that number in our final bake. So I'm going to tear that out, because you'll see why in a minute. Put all your flour in there. And that leaves me with 1,231 grams. I'm going to give that another real quick stir. This is the fun part. If you don't make a mess. And give me a couple minutes. We're going to let this cool down because it's really hot. We're going to mix our wet into our dry now. So we're going to just mix it. This is what we're dealing with right here. Okay? And we're going to blend that just until I don't see any more flour. Okay? Sure that you scraped all of the flour, and then you end up with this beautiful batter. Okay? I'm not a professional baker. I'm not a professional chef. I'm a mom who likes to do cooking. I like to create things. I like to transfer ideas I have in my head into reality, be it a craft, sewing, anything. I see all these things in my head. I'm an Aquarius, okay? Have pity on me. I got so much stuff going on in my head. But we see some nice little bubbles starting to form. I don't know if you can see those bubbles. That is our leavening agents working. So I have to divide 2,191 by 6. All right, so based on my calculations, we need about 336 per bowl. So let's go ahead and...
Most of these people were are you the highest rank in the lobby? The highest rank is 124. I'm ranked 35 right now. Let's see, which one are you?
If you feel like you can eyeball this, you go ahead. Another easy way to do it. Another easy way to do this is put it in a measuring cup. Okay, so the way that I bake this, I bake it from the bottom up. Okay, so I'm going to take my food coloring gel, because that way it doesn't dilute the cake batter. that we have so meticulously weighed out, measured out. So we're going to use about, I don't know, I like this color saturated, so I'm going to use like a squeeze. We're going to use blue and purple. We're going to get those baking, and then we're going to color the rest. Okay, and then we're going to put those in the refrigerator so they don't lose their oomph. Okay, so here's my blue. With the gel, like I said, it's so saturated, but it loses a little bit of color, a little bit of vibrancy when you bake it. So make sure that you got your color exactly the way you want it. And I do believe that this is kind of sweetened. Let's find out. Yes. This is just a little sweet. Not by much. My tongue is look like a damn Smurf. Anyway, if you know your color wheel, then because I believe red is the top, your blue is going to, oh no, your purple is at the bottom, and then your red is at the very top, okay, because they're opposites on the color wheel. I am so sorry about my tongue. I should not have tasted that. All right. Here's our blue cake going in. This is going to be so pretty. And that's another reason why you don't want to mix it so much at the beginning when you're mixing your wets and your dries, because you got to mix it when you put the food coloring in. Because these cakes are not completely filled, they don't really take that long to bake. Okay, you want to keep an eye on it. So now here's our purple cake. And here's our blue. Into the oven they go. The green and the yellow. Can't get the damn thing opened. So we're going to just do the yellow, the green, and we're going to color these the same way. Okay, so I'll let you see this because you didn't get to see it the last time. I like the cake. See if I can't get that color out. I want to show you. So this is our red, our yellow, our green, and our orange. We're going to go ahead and put these in the refrigerator because we don't really want our leavening agents to start activating. All right, we're doing our next two layers, our green and our yellow. Remember, we want to go in from bottom to top. That way it just makes everything that much easier. How pretty is that, huh? It's gorgeous. I think this is going to be a fun project. You guys are going to love making rainbow cakes. A fun project! You're going to love it! And even if you don't bake it, you're going to love watching the process. Truly, you will. So, my second two layers are baking. I'm going to cool off my first two layers. I'm now going to pull out my KitchenAid, and we're going to start on that frosting, okay? Alrighty. Now we're about to do the last two rounds. Let's get these in there. And then I change the red, which is another reason why I do it from top to bottom. Because the colors aren't really affected if you don't have the spatula cleaned off all the way. We're going to work on our Swiss meringue, okay? And it's actually a Swiss meringue butter cream. It's delicious. I did it last year. It's, oh, to die for. You need 5 egg whites. 5 egg whites, okay? You're going to use 300 grams of sugar. Normally, so I think I got this recipe from Alton Brown. I love Alton Brown. He is like the best food scientist out there, truly. If you need an understanding of how, why, what, Alton Brown is the best food scientist and actually a good chef. I have found to be very consistent. I have never been disappointed. I have all of his books and I study from him. Now, what you don't want to do, you do not want your bowl to touch the water, because then you'll end up with scrambled eggs. Don't let the bowl touch the water. So we're going to put that on there. Let it do its thing for a little bit. It's going to go from a very gelatinous, and then the sugars are going to start to melt. The egg is going to start to temper itself. Okay? All right. So now our bowl is getting warmer. At some point, you're going to have to babysit it. Get ready to get your Popeye arm on. Woo! Get those guns ready, because you will get tired. Keep stirring, stirring, stirring. And as you'll notice that it's taking on a different shape, a different texture. And that is quite all right, because trust me, when you start adding the butter, it looks like it's failed. Trust the process, baby. Trust the process. It is here that they decided to start doing the lawn. Last year they came on Tuesdays. This year they're coming on Fridays. We're going to attach our wire whisk now that our egg and our sugar has come up to temp to about 170. And we're just going to start whipping that. Look at that. I'm showing you the texture from where you started to where you are now. You want to cool your eggs because they're 170 degrees. And as you're whipping it, your meringue is starting to form. Look at that. That's beautiful. This beautiful peak. Hold on, let me move you. Look at that. Hold on. I'm going to show you this. This is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. It's so shiny. Look at it. It's shiny. It's beautiful. 1 pound. 4 sticks. If you're using salted butter, I only put a pinch of salt in there to kind of offset the sugar. So now, get your rasp. I am, like I said, I'm going to flavor this with lemon. So it's going to have some lemon zest. Yum. Make sure your lemon's clean if you're going to zest it. Let me actually do those. I got this damn thing from the dollar store. It's my best friend.
Well, because I'm afraid if you see me doing it, you'll end up doing it.
Why won't this? Maybe it wasn't the right. Maybe it's the. Oh, there we go.
Okay, good.
Don't get your piss, okay? Don't get the piss, the white stuff. You just want the beautiful yellow zest, okay? That has the oils and everything in it. This particular. Squeeze some lemon juice in there. Not a lot. This is a lemon essence. So, putting it over my little thingy so I don't get any seeds or pulp in there. I don't want any of that stuff. Just to level. So my cake came out a little uneven. So I'm just making it even. And then I'm going to show you the color of this cake. This is beautiful. Look at that purple. Okay. Now, so here I'm just showing how I take a little bit and I smear it across and then I begin to layer. There does not need to be a lot of meringue between the layers, but you do want to kind of balance out your cake a little bit because they're never going to be exactly the same rise. So kind of balance it out, put a little layer between, and as you can see, these colors are just coming out so beautifully. This is going to give you a preview as to what your cake is actually going to look like when you actually start to cut into it and present it. And it's just it's a fun cake. Enjoy it. I mean, you're not trying to really bake for anybody but yourself and your family, so they don't care. They truly appreciate it. They love the fact that somebody took the time to make something like that for them. At least in my family, they are. Alrighty. Oh, another thing here. I kind of ripped my cake. Be careful. And try not to rip your cakes. Here. So I don't know how to decorate. Don't judge me. I guess we could say this is a baking fail, but it's not a baking fail because the cake came out good. You can put this in a refrigerator. You can leave it out because everything is cooked. Remember, your meringue is already cooked. There's nothing that you have to worry about. This is table stable, okay? Okay, so like I said, guys, I don't know how to decorate, so y'all gotta forgive me, okay?
I'm the decorator.
Yeah, I can't do. Look at it. Just. Do you like it though? Well, then that's all that matters. Alrighty.
I don't know how to cut a cake. I've never cut a cake in my life.
I'll help
I'm a
you.
little
She's not happy.
Here we go. You want? You said you want a small piece?
Yeah.
Get the ice cream out, Eric.
Wait, you cut into the
That's a
bowl.
large.
I don't want ice cream.
That's a large cake on camera, but it's actually pretty small.
This is not a small cake.
What happened? Whoa!
Mom's famous rainbow cake.
That is the rainbow cake, guys. Anybody can make it.
Let me see.
That's your cake. I told you I'm not a professional, but for a rainbow cake for a 12-year-old and you to have made it yourself, it's so delicious. It's so good. It has the nice little, I added the lemon to the buttercream, Swiss buttercream meringue. And then I added the vanilla to the cake. So it has two different keynotes going. Okay. I hope you enjoy making it just as much as I do. Thanks. And thank you again for subscribing. If you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the like button. Show some support. I answer everybody who responds to me. So, all right. Bye. This is Ahriana Makes It, and I'm Ahriana. Bye.